I'm moving, so it looks pretty awful back here. In the Middle Ages, inbreeding became a huge problem for the nobility class all throughout Europe. Inbreeding was popular because, well, obviously only people within the royal family that had a specific last name had the purity of blood and conviction and whatever else they could make up to produce offspring that would be worthy of the throne. So this caused brothers and sisters and fathers and nieces and every horrible combination of people to procreate. This sort of accumulated with the worst example in Spain, which was Charles II. Here's Charles's portrait. Now, portraits are not real-life likenesses. Well, at least back then they weren't. They sort of dolled up your appearance to make you look as good as they could. They enhanced your positive features and decreased your negative features. Well, even by doing that, Charles still looked pretty awful, and we know that he definitely looked a lot worse than this in real life. He also apparently suffered horrible skeletal problems, stunted growth, malformed growth in his bones, not just the skull. There's a lot of information on Charles out there. I'm just gonna stick with a couple things. First of all, here's his family tree. Now, this is something else. If we look at this, we can see that Charles's grandparents are also his great-grandparents. His father's parents are his mother's grandparents. If you follow the chart, you can see what I mean. This means that his aunt is also his grandma, and his father's parents' niece is his mom. And so, according to his grandparents/great-grandparents, he's their grandchild and also great-grandchild. His dad and his mom's mom, that grandma, they're siblings, which means his dad procreated with his niece? This is actually really, really confusing. So then that means that Leopold I was kind of in a way his half-brother and his uncle? I'm getting really confused, but the point is the inbreeding was horrendous. As a matter of fact, Charles II was genetically more inbred than a brother-sister couple's children would be. Because the inbreeding went back generations and so much of it accumulated in him that, yeah. So, that's what I learned today.